This week on 4 Wide Weekly, the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series heads north of the border to Ohsweken Speedway, where it's a first-time win for a big-time driver. Plus, the Winged Warriors see action at Brockville-Ontario Speedway and Autodrome Drummond. The World of Outlaws Late Model Series heads to Pennsylvania, where they do battle at McKean County Raceway and Eriez Speedway. Plus, the Super DIRTcar Series heads north of the border to Merritville, Ontario. All that and more this week on 4 Wide Weekly. First up, we're headed north of the border to Ohsweken Speedway in Ontario, Canada for World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series action. The traditional 4-wide salute for our Canadian fans. Young guns Sam Haferteep Jr. and Brad Sweet in the number 9, filling in for the still injured Joey Saldana on the front row. Haferteep would briefly take the lead, but on the back straightaway, Brad Sweet slides by in the Red Bull machine and would take the lead. Early on, though, the man on the march is the number 14S. That is Tony Stewart. Smoke joining his TSR teammates. Working his way towards the front, he would put Haferteep Jr. away and take second and set his sights on the number 9 of Brad Sweet. Patience a virtue here on the slick Ohsweken surface. Tony Stewart would try on the outside on the front straightaway and fail. Gets through 2, tries on the inside, and on the back straightaway, he makes the pass stick. The TSR-KKR battle would be short-lived as Tony would be successful in putting some distance between himself and Brad Sweet. Now the man on the move is the number 1. That's the big game tree stands machine of Slammin' Sammy Swindell. Sammy working patiently on the slick Ohsweken surface, puts Sam Haferteep Jr. away for 3rd place. He would then set his sights on 2nd and the number 9 of Brad Sweet. Bit of lap traffic ahead of him to work to get to that number 9 machine. But he would put that car away and he would set his sights then on the leader, number 14S. That is Tony Stewart. Tony on a march now, working his way through a lap traffic now, ironically working his way past teammate Jessica Zimkin. Lap traffic continuing to be a factor in this first place battle here at Ohsweken Speedway. 2 veteran racers applying patience as they pick off traffic one at a time and deal with the racing surface. He brings it off of turn 4, and as the checkered flags fly, it is Tony Stewart over Sammy Swindell, Jason Myers, and Sam Haferteep. And in victory lane, everyone could feel Tony's excitement over his first World of Outlaws sprint car win.
Holy shit. And the good thing is NASCAR can't penalize me for it, so what an awesome night. Man, this is, good God, this is a dream come true for me, and I know it's hard for a lot of you guys to understand what this really does mean to us. It's, you know, you get to the NASCAR level and it's cool, but you gotta remember, I grew up watching these guys every week and to be on the press stretch. These 2 guys at the end of the name and be the guy on the top of the board. This is definitely a dream come true for us.
Oh, it's huge. This is something I've dreamed about for a long time. I just wanted to be able to race with the World of Outlaws one day, let alone have a chance to come here at Ohsweken and have a shot to win tonight. You know when Sammy's there that he's going to run you hard, and you know that he's really good when the track gets slick like this. So, you know, knowing he was coming like that when we saw him with 2 to go, it was like, don't make a mistake. So we just made sure that, you know, we put ourselves in the right place with the lap cars and made sure that we didn't blow the entry to the corner. It's easy when you see the nose of somebody to try driving harder, to try to go faster, and we just kind of actually made ourselves slow down, and a lot of times you do slow down and go faster at the same time. I mean, we've run a lot of World Outlaw races so far this year when our schedule lets us, but you know, I'd love to be running 60-80 races with these guys a year, but you know, we got a full plate with our cup stuff, and but we'll definitely make sure we get some more in here. We're trying to take every available date that we've got and fill it with wing sprint car races, so we'll be back here.
Well, and there you see your final results from Ohsweken Speedway. It's Tony Stewart over Sammy Swindell, Jason Myers, Brad Sweet, Jason Sides, Donnie Schatz, Paul McMahon, Bill Rose, Sam Haferteep Jr., and Steve Kinzer. Next up, it's the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series at Brockville Speedway in Ontario, Canada, where Paul McMahon would take the lead with 3 to go to add his 3rd win to the 2011 season over Jason Myers and Craig Delansky.
we had a lot of luck on our side tonight. You know, unfortunately for Sammy, he blew a tire, and then Craig lost a nose wing. But sometimes you just got to put yourself in those positions, and when people have bad luck, you know, it makes you good luck. So, you know, I got to thank Dennis and Teresa Roth, HR Cattle, Todd Ventura, Justin and Matt and Rob for just busting their butts all night long. I mean, we've been struggling a little bit here and there. You know, we haven't been consistent as we like, but these guys stand behind me 100%. And to come here to Brockville, it's the first time I ever won in Canada, so that's 3 different continents, or 3 different countries I've won in now. So, you know, it's pretty cool to win here.
There you see your finishing order from Brockville. Paul McMahon over Jason Myers, Craig Delansky, Lucas Wolf, Steve Kinzer, Craig Kinzer, Brad Sweet, Donnie Schatz, Cody Dara, and Jason Sides. Next up for the sprinters, it's Autodrome Drummond in Quebec, Canada, where it was current points leader and reigning champion Jason Myers winning over early leader Lucas Wolf and Brad Sweet.
This entire team's doing a great job right now, and you know, we were missing Shane Bowers here for one night this week. He had to go home. His grandfather wasn't doing too well, and really great to have him back. And the good news is his grandfather's doing better. So we're so thankful to have him as part of our team. We were really missing him here this week, and to get him back here this week and run second last night, almost winning it, and then to come back and win it like we did tonight is just awesome. And this team's been doing a great job, and boy, we just had a great July. Hopefully we can keep this rolling into the Nationals and on through to the end of the year. We'd like nothing more than win another World of Outlaw championship.
Well, there you see your official results from Autodrome Drummond: Jason Myers, Steve Kinzer, Lucas Wolf, Brad Sweet, Paul McMahon, Sammy Swindell, Donnie Schatz, Jason Sides, Cody Dara, and Craig Delansky. By virtue of that win and a couple of top 3 finishes in Canada, Jason Myers extends his points lead over Donnie Schatz, Steve Kinzer, Craig Delansky, and Jason Sides. Coming up, it's World of Outlaws late model action. Don't go anywhere.
Dirt racing's most celebrated stars. An electrifying atmosphere. Glory-filled heroics. A spectacle unlike any other. It's the World of Outlaws World Finals. All dirt roads lead to Charlotte as the World of Outlaws sprint cars, late models, and super dirt big block modifieds converge for one mind-blowing weekend. 3-day reserve seat packages, including your free pit pass, are on sale now at CharlotteMotorspeedway.com. November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The Dirt Track at Charlotte.
Welcome back to the 4-wide World of Outlaws late model series action. Now the Penn Gold 40 at McKean County Raceway in Pennsylvania. Rick Eckert and Vic Coffey on the front row for this one, but the man on the move early on is the number 1. That's the Rocket Man, Josh Richards. He makes quick work of the current points leader, Eckert, and sets his sights on the 32C of Vic Coffey here on the 1/3 mile in Penn's Woods. Lap traffic coming into play early here for Coffey as he threads his way through those back markers, allowing Josh Richards to put continued pressure on Coffey. Coffey looking for some clean air, get through these back markers and try and get away from Josh Richards, but it just isn't going to happen. Josh Richards draws up even closer to the 32C, draws alongside and eventually would put Coffey away. Eckert would then pass Coffey for second. And Josh Richards and the number 1 Rocket would come down and take the checkered flag at the Penn Gold 40 at McKean County Raceway. Eckert will finish second, Vic Coffey third. It's the 4th win of the season for the 2-time reigning World of Outlaws Late Model Series champion.
You know, first of all, I'd just like to thank all the fans for coming out here. This is awesome. You know, the track was just a little dirty. You know, we just tried to make the move on him. He got caught up in that dust. You know, I know Vic's really hungry for a win, but you know, he's going to get one here before too long. And it was a good run for us. We had a good car last night, just started too far back. And it's cool to come here and win for the first time. And like I said, I just want to thank all the fans for coming out. Seabrook Calf Ranches, Ace Metalworks, Kentucky Fuel Corporation, Cornet Racing Engines, Sunoco Race Fuels, Hoosier Tires, Integra Shocks. My dad, Matt, Jimmy, for working hard all year. Had a fast car. We just got to try to win some more. You know, the 24 car has been really good here, consistent. We've been good. We've just had some bad breaks here this year. We just got to keep with it.
There you see your official results for the Penn Gold 40. Josh Richards, Rick Eckert, Vic Coffey, Tim Fuller, Austin Hubbard, Boom Briggs, Tim McCready, Clint Smith, Daryl Lanigan, and Robbie Blair. Next up for the World of Outlaws Late Model Series, it's Eriez Speedway in Hammett, Pennsylvania. Shane Clanton and Daryl Lanigan on the front row for this one. And as the green flag flies, that black number 29 of Lanigan going to jump out to an early lead. Shane Clanton applying pressure here early on in Penn's Woods. But Daryl Lanigan looking very, very strong under the lights here in Hammett. Rest of the pack bunched up very tightly, and that's how they would race the rest of the night. Josh Richards would come up from 5th place all the way to 2nd, but a faulty plug wire would limit his horsepower. Current points leader Rick Eckert would find himself stuck in traffic all night long. As with the 39 of T-Mac, Tim McCready looking strong but stuck in traffic. But no one would have any real challenge for Darrell Lanigan here in Pennsylvania tonight. So after a tough start to the 2011 season, Darrell Lanigan will take the checkered flag for his 6th victory of the season.
We missed that first race there at the beginning of the year. It put it behind a little bit, and then we had a bad month there. So got our program back together, running pretty good now. So we'll still see what we can get, a couple of maybe 2nd or 3rd out of this deal.
There you see your official results from Eriez Speedway. Darrell Lanigan, Josh Richards, Shane Clanton, Tim McCready, Vic Coffey, Rick Eckert, Mike Knight, Robbie Blair, Dan Stone, and Chubb Frank. Taking a look at the points now, it's still Rick Eckert over Josh Richards, Tim McCready, Darrell Lanigan, Austin Hubbard, Shane Clanton, Chubb Frank, Clint Smith, Tim Fuller, and Vic Coffey. Up next on the 4-wide, we head back north of the border for Super DIRTcar Series action.
You wanted the best. They're coming for abreast. It's the World of Outlaws. Witness the King Steve Kinzer, new champ Jason Myers, the Bullet Joey Sultana, Red Hot Johnny Schatz, and all of sprint car racing superstars. Don't miss your chance to experience the greatest show on dirt.
There is no event bigger, harder, or longer than the Ironman 55. The Outlaws Ultimate Test. 55 laps crowning sprint car racing's Ironman. Money-saving advance tickets are on sale now at worldofoutlaws.com. The Ironman 55. One night only. Saturday, August 6th. I-55 Raceway. Evely.
Monday night, the Super DIRTcar Series was at Merritville Speedway in Ontario, Canada. Tommy Flanagan and Gary Tompkins on the front row, bringing the 32-car field down to the green. Chad Brockman would lead much of the night, but a late race pass by Matt Shepard would give him the victory. In a related note, Shepard was docked 30 points for running a small block modified in a big block race. There you see your official results from Merritville. It's Matt Shepard over Chad Brockman, Larry Lampman, Matt Williamson, Chad Chevalier, Ryan Phelps, Brett Hearn, and Tommy Flanagan. Taking a look at your Super DIRTcar Series point standings now, it's Billy Decker over Matt Shepard, Danny Johnson, Brett Hearn, Jimmy Phelps, Justin Eriez, Gary Tompkins, Pete Britton, Bob Bellinger, and Larry White round out your top 10. Finally on the 4-wide, we're headed north of the border one more time to Autodrome Granby for weekly modified action. Sebastian Gaugion on the pole for this one, but Francois Bernier would take the early lead and hang on to it for the rest of the night. Other drivers trying to thread their way through slower traffic to catch Francois, but eventually it would be the 49 of Francois Bernier taking the checkered flag and celebrating in grand style north of the border at Autodrome Granby. Congratulations, Francois. Great run. Taking a look now at your 4-wide weekly power rankings for the week of August 3rd. On top, it's Jason Myers from the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series. The reigning champion is the current points leader and scored a win, a second, and a third in his last 3 outings. Second is Matt Shepard from the Super DIRTcar Series with his recent win in Canada. Third, it's Darrell Lanigan scoring his 6th World of Outlaws late model victory, followed in 4th place by World of Outlaws late model reigning champion Josh Richards, recently scoring his 4th victory of the season. In 5th, from the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series, it's Paul McMahon. He has 8 quick times so far this year and a recent win in Canada. 6th place, it's Brett the Jet Hearn from the Super DIRTcar Series. 7th, Shannon Babb from the UMP Series. 8th, your current World of Outlaws Late Model Series point leader, Rick Eckert. 9th, the current Super DIRTcar Series points leader, Billy Deckard. And in 10th place with his first World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series win and a strong performance at Eldora, the track he owns, it's Tony Stewart. Next week on 4-Wide Weekly, the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series heads to Bloomington, Indiana for Steve Kinzer's return to his home track. Then it's off to I-55 Raceway for the sprinter's greatest test of endurance, the Ironman 55. Plus, the World of Outlaws Late Model Series heads to Wisconsin for action at Shawano Speedway and Cedar Lake. That and a whole lot more next week on 4-Wide Weekly.